Sure.
if you were to go up to wherever Nestle is bottling the water at and just take some of it, like just open up a bottle and drink it, they would stop you with force. So they are directly causing you to starve to death. In the same way that if you were in my basement and I invite you down to play video games or something, and then I tell you I'm going upstairs, I'm going to bring us some snacks, and then I close the door and lock it and like bolt it shut, and then you starve to death, I would have caused you to starve to death, right?
Yeah, but there's two completely different situations there. One is you forcibly, one of them is you actively getting in the way of me starving, and the other isn't exactly you actively getting in the way.
How?
Because there's other ways to grab it.
Well,
there's other resources to grab it.
Okay, so if I lock you in the basement, but I give you like another way to get out, like if you pay me, or if you sign this contract that says you'll work for me for the next year for no pay, would that then be fair? As long as I have some kind of like payment system that allows you to get out of the basement?
No.
Okay, of course not. Yeah, I agree. I agree that this wouldn't be morally fair. So in both cases, I'm using force to stop you from. In both cases, I'm using force to stop you from eating, and then I'm levying some payment, right?
Okay.
Okay, so they're both morally wrong. They both require force to sustain the sort of interaction here. In one case, the force is like a security guard pulling you away from the water bottles, and in another case, the force is me locking the door shut, and that door staying shut. Like, here's another example. If this makes it simpler for you, what if I owned a ring of land around you? A very large ring of land, and you had like a tiny house. Is it moral for me to not allow you to pass onto the land?
I mean, if you single-handedly can defend all of your borders around this,
yes, in this hypothetical, I can. Yeah,
ring.
Yeah, I got a like private army or something, security force or whatever.
Then yeah, sure.
It would be.
You got that.
It would be morally okay for me to own a ring of land around you and like lock you in and make you starve to death.
Yeah, If you had the ability to put a ring around me and privately own it, then I don't see anything wrong with that. You've really taken the time out of your day to make sure that I suffer. So it's.
I don't see how that makes it morally right, but okay, let's tie this back to something a little bit less hypothetically. What if I own a lot of land? Like, I don't know, let's say I own like the exact geographical territory of the United States. And then I have like, if you want to be here, you have to sign this contract, right? I have a contract like that you have to sign. And you have to follow all of my rules. And if you don't follow my rules, you have to go to one of my private courts or something like that. And this private court can like imprison you in a box for some set amount of time. Would this be moral?
Yeah. If you decided that you own this lot of land and you've given me a certain set of instructions that say follow this or don't be in my land, then I am perfectly fine with either signing that contract or not signing that contract.
So what if I say you have to like sign your allegiance over to me if you want to be in my land? That's okay. That'll work still.
If this is a consensual contract and I have the ability to back out at any point and say, no, I'm not okay with this, and I have the ability to leave, and we both have a mutual agreement, then that's fine.
So what if it's like a pledge?
Your agreement, that is completely fine.
What if it's a verbal contract, like a pledge?
It's still the same thing.
Okay, so like for example, like a pledge of allegiance?
Same thing.
So like a pledge of allegiance?
Sure.
Okay, so then you don't actually want any change from the current system.
That's not true at all. Just
wait, what I just described is literally exactly the United States.
The prospect that I can make a name for myself, and on top of that,
what you just said is morally correct.
Change the way that the society works.
So you said it's morally right.
It's morally correct.
So the United States is they're doing nothing morally wrong. I mean, you walked yourself into this one. You can't get out of it. You just have to bite the bullet, or you have to concede that you were wrong.
No, that's not true at all. Like, rephrase what you just said there, because that's absolutely ridiculous.
I agree that your views are ridiculous, but they're your views, not mine, so I don't have to defend them.
No, I said you to repeat what you literally just last said. Like, I chose to live in the United States because I didn't want to live in the EU, because I didn't want to live in Mexico, because I didn't want to live in Canada. I had the choice
of any of these countries, right?
Whatever, of any of these countries, yeah.
Just like I have the right to choose whoever I want to work for in the same sense, correct?
Yeah, sure.
So whatever terms the United States gives to you are fair?
Yeah, you've agreed to them.
Okay, so then the United States is doing nothing morally wrong then, correct?
I mean, I would say that the United States is doing a lot of things morally wrong, but this is a completely separate. Okay.
But I also don't think that you can consent under duress. I don't think you can consent under threat of coercion. I don't think you can consent under threat of starvation.
Oh, so you think that we also can't consent under a threat of starvation? Okay, that's fine.
I think that if you're threatened, you're not consenting.
I defined actor at the very beginning as being two persons, one person. It doesn't matter, a person, object, or not object.
So, like, a child would fall under a child would count as. So a child would count as an actor.
Are we really going to go into if the child consents argument?
We don't have to go into it. I just want a yes or no, because people in chat are asking.
Can a child be an actor?
A child is.
I mean,
okay.
If a child wants a gumball for a quarter, then that's fine. That's a consenting agreement. Right?
Okay, and if a child wants wants to like labor in my factory or something for a quarter, that counts too. That's also consenting.
We're going into the child is.
I'm not gonna bring up the sex thing. I'm not gonna bring it up in regards to sex. You don't have to worry. I know it's super wishy-washy there, but I won't bring it up into that in regards to that. We can just talk about like factories or whatever.
Yes, I do believe that that it is okay for a child to say that yes, I would like this thing for other thing. Now, mind you, their perception of value is a little bit different than ours, but that doesn't necessarily make it worse than ours. What? And if they weren't there, that they would, the people in the village would just, be able to just magically learn how to
learn how to drink water. Yes, they would learn how to drink water.
Not learn how to drink water, purify the water.
Okay, what would you rather have? No water or impure water? Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know. That's a pretty tough question, honestly.
I don't think it's a tough question. I would rather not die of dehydration, I think. I would rather risk getting an illness than die of dehydration.
So you would rather risk getting something like a tapeworm inside of your stomach, which by the way,
as opposed to dying of dehydration. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that's your morals, and
I think most people would agree.
Then yeah. Okay, if you never gave them permission and then they trespass onto your land, then yes, you have the right to shoot them.
Even if they're a child?
Yes, even if they're a child.
Okay, so even if I like put out a bowl of candy, I don't say like free candy or anything, or here's the candy. I just put out a bowl of candy on my lawn, and a child comes up and eats some. It's moral for me to shoot the child.
Yeah, I mean,
holy shit.
Would it be illegal?
Yeah, would it be illegal for me to put a bowl? It would be completely legal for me to put a bowl of candy out on my front lawn and then shoot children who walk up and try to take some.
Sure. That's completely legal.
You would just tell people not to go near him, and when he kills children, you wouldn't do anything about it.
Am I under a moral obligation to go over there and kill him if he's killing children? Am I?
Yes. In my system or in yours?
With a situation. Am I under a moral obligation to do so?
In my system or in yours?
It doesn't matter.
It does. The two answers to those questions would be different. In my system, yes, you are. In your system, no, you're not. Hence why your system is wrong.
My system's wrong because I'm not under a moral obligation to do something?
You're not under a moral... If you're not under a moral obligation to stop people from killing children, your system is probably wrong, yeah.
So let's say hypothetically then, you were suddenly... let's say hypothetically, okay, that you had the power to cure AIDS, but
Yes.
every time you tried to cure AIDS, okay, every time you successfully cured somebody's AIDS, you not only lost a year of life, but it was excruciating, like absolutely painful process for you to go through. Are you still under a moral obligation to cure everyone of AIDS?
So in this hypothetical, you're saying I could personally sacrifice my life to cure every person who has AIDS, right?
Every time you cured someone of AIDS, you would lose a life, or you would lose a year of life, and you would be in excruciating pain.
So I can cure 70 people of AIDS?
Are you still under a moral obligation?
So am I curing everyone or just 70 people? Because I'm probably not.
People.
Okay, just 70 people. I would say that I might not be maximizing well-being by dying for like 70 people. I think I might be able to do more good alive than for more than 70 people.
But why is that? You're saving 70 people.
Yes.
70 people who...
I think there's another option in which I saved more than 70 people by not dying.
So you think that you are potentially hindering the world from this life-saving cure.
Well, wait, not the world, 70 people.
To give these people...
Wait. You're moving the goalpost back and forth. Is it the world or is it 70 people?
You're choosing to not save one person's life here, because you think that there might be more potential.
Yes.
I would say that no, it isn't.
But to be clear, you're saying it's unethical, but it's completely voluntary. I mean, you've said both of those things. I'm just repeating back to you things you've said. Okay, so the answer is yes? Okay, so it's unethical but voluntary. So something can be voluntary but not ethical. Yeah, I mean, I'm just repeating back to you things you've already said.
No, I'm trying to decide...
If you like my videos, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon. If you hate my videos, you should argue with people in the comments.